right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Pat, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Sunday night edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. This is your place to sound off, and all you have to do is call us here at 412-575-2600 or tweet me at KDPomp, and we'd like to get the conversation started here tonight. Steelers, this is it. Week one is finally here after 4 preseason games. They reduced their roster. They made their moves, although they still have 1 practice squad spot available after today, and they could do something else to their roster. So we'll see. That doesn't mean it ends tonight. It could go on until tomorrow. The big news, happening just about an hour ago or two, is that Joe Haden finally agreed to a deal with the Steelers. It's a new 2-year extension for $22 million new dollars, $16.8 million of which is guaranteed. So essentially now he has 3 years left to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And while he may not be, as I said in the newscast, his best, Joe Haden, he's still good enough to be their best corner, and they locked him up. So it's good going into this knowing you have Haden and you have Steven Nelson, and then Artie Burns has more of a contributing role, which is good. I think he played well in the preseason, and you hope guys like Cam Sutton and Mike Hilton continue to do well. And we'll see how it goes in the secondary. No word on Sean Davis's injury and whether or not he'll be able to play in that opener at New England. And it's just 1 week from tonight. Can you believe it? It's here, and we'd like to talk about that with you. So call and let me know what you think. The Steelers are underdogs in that game, as they should be. New England is New England, especially in Foxborough, and especially against the Steelers. However, I'd like to know if you think it's good to play them now as opposed to at the end of the year. And I say now is better for the Steelers. At least theoretically it should be, because I believe that it eliminates a lot of maybe some of the video information that Bill Belichick can glean over the fact of having 10 or 11 games to prepare for the Steelers. Yes, he'll still go back in the archives. Yes, he'll find what he needs to find, but this is a different dynamic with a different team. There is no Antonio Brown. There is no Le'Veon Bell. It's new guys doing new things. And I'm going to be curious to see how the Steelers attack their defense, which is very good. Likely, I'm also going to be very interested to see how the Steelers defend a Gronkless New England. That's right, no Rob Gronkowski. And the Steelers, went out and got speed to burn to bring him on this team with, Devin Bush, number 10 overall, and Mark Barron. Both guys are an upgrade over the middle. And it's interesting that there's no Gronk to defend that, because that's one of the reasons why. But there are a lot of talented tight ends in the National Football League, and you have to have speed to deal with them in this pass-happy game. I think it's going to be interesting. The New England offensive line, in my view, has problems. The Steelers might be able to exploit that and put pressure on Brady and force him to move. And that, quite frankly, is the only way. If you get pressure on him and force him to move, he's out of his comfort zone. And I think if you have a chance of stopping them or at least controlling them, that's the way to do it. 412-575-2600, we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the Pitt Panthers. And the question I'm going to ask tonight on the number one Cochran Sports Showdown, and please join us for that at 11:35, with my panel of Mark Caboli, Tim Benz, and Paul Zeiss, is when will this mediocrity end? Because Pitt has basically, for the last 2 decades, maybe even longer, been a team that generally will win between 6 and 8 games, 6 and 6, 7 and 5, 5 and 7, whatever the case may be. And I thought maybe this year might be a little bit different. Now, it's only 1 game, I get that. But it was an opener. It was at home. It was on national TV. And it was against the team that's picked to win the division, one that the Pitt Panthers won last year. And for that reason, and there's even more emphasis on it, to win those kind of home games. They haven't been able to do that successfully over the years. And this one was just a disaster in the second half. Excuse me, after this. Pitt Panthers had fought back from a 10-0 deficit to lead 14-13 at halftime. Mistakes just led to very short fields, and Virginia took full advantage of that. Kenny Pickett intercepted a couple times. There was a blocked punt, drop passes all over the place, and Taysir Mack cannot drop the one. He had beaten the guy who's going to be one of the top picks in the NFL draft, only to have the ball hang too high, and he should have made a better play on it and then dropped it, as it turned out. So we'll talk about that. The Pirates were winners again. What do you make of that? The Pirates winning 8 of 10. It's nice to see. I did tweet this out last night. I firmly believe it. That lineup is looking good for next year, at least the top 4 members of it. When you put in Kevin Newman, who's now batting .313, you have Reynolds, who may win a batting championship, 3 more hits for him. Marte has had his best version of Marte this year, and then Josh Bell may set the RBI record. I mean, we're talking about some pretty big numbers there. The question will be how they attack the pitching deficiencies they have, and what do they do about it. 412-575-2600, that's the number to call. We'll be back to take your calls when we continue right here on the Ireland Contracting, Nightly Sports Call, Pittsburgh CW. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, putting new roofs on Pittsburgh homes for over 25 years. Call Ireland Contracting at 1-800-NEW-ROOF.